then you can just jam away. And sometimes I do this without even making a track, and I just get lost in my own worlds of evolving pads and textures and weirdness. So this video is a little different, whereby I've already made a sound and I'm going to walk you through the sound. If you like this type of video, let me know. If you want me to go back to doing live in the session, also let me know. Or if you like the combination of both, also let me know. I make this channel for you, not for me, so I want to be able to serve the people what they want. So pads. These sounds, especially the cinematic ones, have to be layered. I will admit, when I was at the beginning of my journey, I would be lazy. I'd like to do it all in one synth and move on to making music. But let's be honest, you're not going to get the depth from just one layer. Now I'm going to play you what I've created, and then we will break it down. Let's listen. Yeah, pretty fat, very cinematic. How did I do it? I was messing around with Massive X, and let me turn off all of these here. And let's just quickly take a listen. So you can see a lot of the effect comes from the post-processing. Let me turn everything else off. The low layer. Inside of Massive X, I just went through the waves, and it was a process of just flicking through each one until I got something I like. And the key to all of this is movement. You need each layer to interact with each other and move at different times and create this sense of forever evolving textures. Otherwise, it's just very bland, boring, monotone. I've assigned LFO 1, LFO 4 as it says here, to the wavetable, so it moves. LFO 5 also to the wavetable, the oscillator 2. I have got the programmer that is on pitch, but slightly, because you don't want it to be absolutely jarring and woo, 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 like that. You just want it to slowly move, and the key to pads is everything has to move slowly to give you that sense of, okay, hey, things are moving. And I don't put them on, in fact, actually, usually I don't put them on tempo sync. It just so happened this case it is. So as you see, -19 and +12, and the main pitch of this is -24. So we've got that. And then I have envelope 2 on the filter, and I also have the typical pad. Slow attack, slow release. I don't have the sustain all the way up. Again, you just play through the parameters until you have what you like. Now, a lot of people probably would stop there, chuck some effects on and say, oh, happy days, I've got a pad. No, not me. Also, I added some expander, some phase, And again, just to widen that sound, everything has to be big, epic. This is a pad, you know, cinematic, obviously. If you're making pop music or something like that, then one, you're probably on the wrong video, and two, I doubt you're going to want this much width and you want it to be so big. Anyway, moving on to the mid layer. So what I did is, because I'm very lazy, I copied and pasted this instance of Massive. Just flicked through the waves again. I was just flicking through until something sounded nice. On this one, I added an LFO to the filter. So the filter is just opening and closing. And I did the same for the distortion. I slightly changed the oh my goodness. I slightly changed the shape. Lost my words for a moment. And added expander, reverb, and some chorus. So if we have the two working together, okay, so they're beating off each other, playing around and moving nicely. Then I added this noise layer, which went through, found pain in the machine section. As you can hear, it's very, very, very quiet. But it all adds to the texture. If we take this off and the three together, you can hear it just at the top. It's not supposed to be overpowering. It's just there to add a top layer. And then one more thing that I wanted to add, just to give you this sort of human, real life element, was a field recording that I did when I was at uni many, many years ago. And it is a recording of the ambience in Finsbury Park, if anybody knows that. It's in North London. And let's take a listen. Rain and some birds. I added, oh, let me take off the effects actually. Let's put it up an octave. Okay, just an ambience, and I've got it looping. Then I added an auto pan to make it go back and forward. It was recorded on an XY mic, so there is some width to it. You know, it's a big pad. I will need more. Then some chorus, classic chorus, Ableton stock plugin. And if we play it all together, very nice. You can hear it in a film or a video game or somewhere where there's tension. But it's not a pad if you don't smash it and smother it in reverb. Valhalla Supermassive is a free plugin. Just turned up the mix. I don't even think I did anything else. I just turned up the mix and done with it. And now we put it in this space. One of my favorite plugins is this Chorus Dimension D by Arutria. Didn't do anything, I just put it on and left it at that. Turn it off. It's like instant magic. When you put it on, the width is beautiful. Then what next? Another reverb. Rev Intensity by Arutria. Just lowered the size a bit. Played a bit with the width. Brought the dry wet down. I didn't want it too wet because obviously you lose a lot of the sound, but somewhere between dry and halfway is perfect. Then this one, Chow tape model, which actually I only found this the other day. Does what it says on the tin. Models a tape, a little bit of flutter, a little bit of the wow, just to get more movement in. Push the saturation up and the drive. Again, you can do all of this to taste. And then I added another tape distortion, ozone tape, vintage tape, just to give it a bit more emphasis. And that is it. And then you can just jam away. And sometimes I do this without even making a track, and I just get lost in my own worlds of evolving pads and textures and weirdness. And I hope you found this video useful, helpful. If you like the format, let me know. If you want me to go back to my original style, tell me. But I would like to make these videos shorter so you don't have to spend ages watching to get the information. And on that note, people, take it easy, have fun making pads, and I'll see you in the next video.